Alright, so we're going to be talking some women's sports in this one, some football and a little bit of basketball. On today's roster, we got Bayelsa Queens knowing their first three opponents at the WAFU Zone B CAF Women's Champions League qualifier. The draw for the competition was held yesterday, and we're going to be taking a look at the results. Then the Falconets of Nigeria are currently in camp, getting ready for their under-20 World Cup qualifier that will be coming up next month. Then we got the Super Falcons. When it comes to the Ballon d'Or list was released. We got two representatives, a coach and a player. We're going to get into that. And staying with the Super Falcons, captain of the Super Falcons, Rasheedat Ajibade, we're hearing something about a move, and we definitely have to get into that also. Then when it comes to basketball, of course, the Tigresses, we got some news coming out from FIBA, the latest rankings, and we're going to get into that. But first, of course, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. So yeah, we're going to start with Bayelsa Queens and the WAFU Zone B CAF Women's Champions League qualification draw. There are 7 teams that are going to be in the qualification tournament. All 7 teams in WAFU B. 2 groups. We're going to have groups. Then we go to the semifinal, then the final. I believe the winner qualifies for the competition. I know the winner qualifies for the competition, but there have been additions, or at least one addition, that the second place team also qualified. So not too sure about that. We do know first place is definitely getting qualification. And for Bayelsa Queens, they were placed in the group with 4 teams. Of course, it has to be one uneven group because there are 7 teams, right? So they're placed in a group with Police Ladies of Ghana, Associate Sportif Koza of Togo, and Sam Meli of Benin Republic. The other group has ASEC Mimosa of Ivory Coast, the host team. The competition is hosted in Ivory Coast. AS Garde Nationale of Niger Republic, and USFA of Burkina Faso. One thing that I noticed, there's some teams that are like constant in this competition. USFA, AS Garde, Kozar, I believe, and Sam Meli. Those teams have always been in these competitions right here. For Bayelsa Queens, this is their second time participating. Of course, the last time was a good time. They went all the way to the semifinal of the CAF Women's Champions League, finishing in 3rd place. When you look at our group, the main team to worry about is the Police Ladies of Ghana. The Ghanaian team will always be the team to worry about. The other teams, not taking anything away from them, but just from the past, it should be kind of a W for the Bayelsa Queens in the other 2 matchups. But the Police Ladies matchup will be the tough one. Now, from what I've seen, Bayelsa Queens have been stacking up on signings lately. They've been getting players from all over the league, trying to strengthen up their squad. You hope that they don't push out players in their squad that would have been able to do things by bringing all these new players. But it is what it is. I feel like they have a good enough team to get the job done in this competition and qualify. But hey, the games are played on the field, not paper, so we'll have to see. But moving on, and we're going to talk about the Falconets of Nigeria, Nigeria's under-20 women's national team. They're currently in camp right now, getting ready for their World Cup qualification matchup against Rwanda. That will be played next month. This will be the 2nd round of qualification when it comes to the under-20 Women's World Cup. And of course, the normal format in these situations, you play 2 matches, 1 home, 1 away. The winner of this round moves on to the 3rd round, and they'll be playing the winner between Senegal and Algeria. That'll be set for February of next year. But right now, like I said, the team is in camp getting ready for Rwanda. Their games against Rwanda will be played next month, September the 21st and September the 28th are the dates for the games against Rwanda. The team has been in camp since this past Saturday the 10th of August. So the team is coached by Moses Aduku. the coach for Edo Queens. He took Edo Queens to the CAF Women's Champions League. They made it all the way to the semifinal of that competition. He has invited 35 players into camp. The breakdown of the list is 4 goalkeepers, 11 defenders, 9 midfielders, and 11 forwards. So you look at the list real quick. Some notable names on here. Justine Alicia of Ibom Angels. I actually saw her live. She's a real good goalkeeper. Doesn't have the best of size when it comes to prototypical type goalkeepers, but she's a real good shot stopper. She plays bigger than her size. Sylvia Echefu, I believe she was either under 17s or under 20s. One of those teams. I know that name from one of those teams. She wasn't the starter, obviously, but I believe under 17s. She wasn't the starter, but she was on the team. Then you got Oluchi Ohag Bulem of Nasarawa Amazons. She was actually the captain of the under 20s for a while. Kind of lost a spot at the last World Cup and makes her way back into camp. Then you got Tumininu Adesina Naija. You know her from the under 17s, the team that finished 3rd place. She was the starting fullback in that tournament right there for Nigeria. Then let me see some other names I can pick out from right here. Priska Nwachukwu from the under 17s, the previous under 17 set. She didn't play at the World Cup, but she was a big part of the team during qualification. Then you go to the midfielders. Of course, we all know Taiwa Falabi from the under 17s, a little bit of a stint at the under 20 level, quality player, trophy winner, won with Delta Queens, came to Rivers Angels, won the cup with Rivers Angels this year. So definitely a quality player. Then you got Esther Inyang, Edo Queens. She was part of the Edo Queens side at the last CAF Women's Champions League. I felt like Moses Aduku kind of handled her wrong. Even last season, you go to the little Super 6, he didn't really use her right, in my opinion. She's a player that should have been a main staple of that team. Quality midfielder. The only knock that I have against her is goal scoring. I would like to see more goals added to Esther Inyang, but she's a really good midfielder. Then you move to the forwards. Mary Mamadou, Edo Queens, scored one of the biggest goals for Edo Queens at the CAF Women's Champions League, the winner against Mamelodi Sundowns. I believe she was at the under 17 WAFU tournament. Yes, she was. She played really good, got hurt at the ending stages of that competition. Another player that was part of that under 17 WAFU team, Mary Lucky Nkpa. She's currently with Bayelsa Queens, moved from Abia Angels after the season for the CAF Women's Champions League qualifiers and stuff like that. Real good player, was part of the under 20 World Cup last time around, and I believe she scored a goal in the competition last time. Then Goodness Osigwe of Edo Queens. I've been on record on this channel of saying that she's the best player in the NWFL. I really stick with that. She has so much quality. In fact, if she had made the Super Falcons team, I wouldn't have batted an eye. She's that good, in my opinion. Then Esther Moses, Edo Queens, and this kind of begs the question, like, if these players can play under 20 this time around, that means they were all available for the last time. So why didn't these players all make the under 20s last time? Because these are players that could have added a whole lot to that team. Esther Moses, physical, real fast player. Kind of favors the likes of Barbara Banda, just stronger, faster, skills on her also. So just a whole lot of issues to deal with when you talk about Esther Moses. Then Precious Oscar, she was part of the under 20 World Cup last time around, and she makes this team this time also. So yeah, quality players on the team. Definitely looking forward to seeing who makes the final squad, because this list is going to be dropped down to like 23 or something like that when it comes to the World Cup qualifier. I do believe they'll get the job done against Rwanda though. But like I said for the last situation, you got to play it on the pitch. So we'll have to see when that comes. But let's talk about this Ballon d'Or list. So we got two representatives. We got a player and a coach. The player is Chiamaka Nnadozie. No surprise right there for the Super Falcons goalkeeper to be nominated for the Ballon d'Or. This is for the best goalkeeper award, the Yashin Trophy. Might have pronounced that wrong, but the Yashin Trophy. Then you have Justine Madugu, head coach of the Super Falcons, get nominated for the best women's football coach award, which is the Women's Johan Cruyff Award trophy, my bad. So pretty cool right there. You look at Chiamaka Nnadozie, the people that she's going up against. Anne-Kathrin Berger, the first one right here from Germany. She plays for Gotham FC in the NWSL. Won the Champions Cup, which is something like a Champions League that they're trying to get going over there in North America. And they won it. Gotham FC won it. She was the goalkeeper for Gotham FC. She's German. She played for the German national team at the just concluded Euros. They made it all the way to the semifinals of that competition. And those are what she did, basically. The season before in the NWSL, she was voted best goalkeeper in the league. Then you have Cata Cole. She's Spanish. She plays for Barcelona. And of course, when you play for Barcelona, you win in everything in Spain. And that's exactly what she did. She won the league, the cup, the Copa del Reina, and the Super Copa, the Espanol, whatever they call it. She also made it to the Euros final with Spain. Had that moment with the English goalkeeper that we're about to talk about, where she said she stole her tactics from the water bottle or whatever. But yeah, good goalkeeper. Then you get Anna Hampton, that English goalkeeper. She plays for Chelsea. And yeah, I think she's probably the favorite to win this award right here. Let me keep it real. She won the WSL, the Women's Super League, the English Women's Top Flight. She won the FA Cup and League Cup over there with Chelsea. Then in the summer, she went ahead and won the Euros with England. So yeah, that's tough right there. That's tough to beat. You got Daphne van Domcelaar of Netherlands. She plays for Arsenal, and Daphne won the Champions League along with Arsenal this season. She also was with the Danish team she was with Netherlands team at the Euros, and it didn't go so good at the Euros, honestly. They were knocked out in the group stage, and she conceded 9 goals in the competition. Not so good. Then, of course, Chiamaka Nnadozie won the WAFU with Nigeria, also won the French Women's Cup with Paris FC. So pretty cool right there. I think if they had managed to win the French playoffs, the French League playoffs, I think this would have been a much better conversation. But still, to win the WAFCON and the French Women's Cup is no small feat. But I just feel like the Chelsea lady, along with winning the Euros with England, that's tough right there. A treble and the Euros, that's tough. But let me know your thoughts about that one, though. Who you think is the favorite to win that award right there? Then you move to the coaches, and you look at the coaches. Justine Madugu is going up against. You have Sonia Bonpasta. Probably said it wrong. My bad if I did. Of Chelsea. Of course, Chelsea, like I said, with the goalkeeper, the treble in the league, the local treble, the domestic treble, and that's pretty cool right there. Then you have Arthur Ellis of Brazil, coaches Brazil. He won the Copa America with Brazil. Just finished Copa America. They beat Colombia in the final of that competition. You have Renee Slegers, the Arsenal coach, actually another intern, or she's actually a former intern. So just like Madugu, who was an intern during the WAFCON, or is probably still an intern. She won the UCL, the Women's Champions League with Arsenal. after coming on as an intern. So pretty cool right there. Then you have Serena Wigman, the English coach who just won the Euros. For me, I feel like this one is more open than the goalkeeper one. I think, yes, Sonia Bonpasto won the local treble, and that might be 3 trophies, might just be it. But you also got people who won some pretty big ones. You have the Copa America, you have the Champions League, you have the Euros, and you have the WAFCON. I think they're probably gonna give it to the coach with the treble, just to escape from saying the person who won Copa America is better than the person who won the Euros, or the person who won the Euros is better than the person who won the WAFCON. I'm not sure, but I'm just seeing it like that. I think that's how they're gonna go with that one, but I might be wrong. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section about that one. But moving on, and last but not least of the football talk, we got captain of the Super Falcons, Rasheedat Ajibade, and the reports that she is on the verge of moving to PSG in the French women's top flight. Of course, Rasheedat Ajibade called an end to her time at Atletico Madrid after the season. There are reports about her being looked at by teams in the NWSL and the WSL. But now we're seeing this report right here. This is from IRP Paris, a publication from France. And they're saying that Rasheedat Ajibade is on the verge of joining PSG over there in France, meaning she's going to be teaming up with Jennifer Chekini, her Super Falcons teammate, and maybe Nicole Payne, because Nicole Payne, I believe, is still a PSG player. I'm not sure if she was sold to the club in the NWSL, so there could be a chance that PSG would have 3 Nigerian players on the roster when the season, not when the season starts, but sometime in the future. But yeah, Rasheedat Ajibade, as you see this right here, it says exclusive full agreement between PSG and Rasheedat Ajibade. Now, I've not seen anything from PSG to confirm this, but this is a reliable publication right here. And as far as what they're saying is the agreement has been made, so I guess all we have to do is wait and see if the announcement will be made by either Rasheedat Ajibade or PSG. For me, I think it's going to be a good move if it happens. This is a good club. This is the second best team in France, a strong team in Europe. So you're going to be playing in the continent consistently. You're going to be fighting for trophies consistently. So this is definitely a good situation right here. But we'll just have to wait and see how things go. For me, I think it's a good move. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. How you feel about this one? Rasheedat Ajibade joining PSG in the French women's top flight. Now, before we do go, I do want to talk about the Tigers of Nigeria. I saw this right here, the updated FIBA World rankings, and the Tigers is an 8th in the world. That is crazy. And you look at the teams above us, USA, Australia. We gave USA probably their toughest time at the Olympics outside of France that they played in that final. Australia, we beat them at the Olympics. Let's get that straight now. Let's get that clear. France, we've beat them before, but we lost to them at the Olympics. China, I believe we can beat China. Belgium is a tough nut to crack. I believe we can beat them too. Spain, I don't know if we played them in a while, but yeah, I think we can beat them. Canada, we just beat you in the Olympics. So you look at the teams above us, I'm thinking we should be moving up a little bit. I mean, it's pretty cool to be number 8, but when you look at it, I mean, how many times we got to beat these teams before we go over them? But it is what it is, I guess. Congratulations to the Tigresses. Another thing is that they will be participating at the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Even though they're already qualified for the FIBA World Cup, they'll still be at the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. So that might be an opportunity to move up in the rankings a little bit or move down. Who knows? But let me know your thoughts on all these topics. Put them in the comment section. Make sure to like this video. Really helps the channel. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.